Small suburban homes being turned into slum houses. With Australia in the grip of a rental crisis and the massive lift in permanent and temporary immigrants, the desperation to find a home has never been greater and tenants have never been more exploited, giving rise to a new wave of suburban slums. But as Brian Seymour discovered, even the owner may have no idea what's going on.
This is shameful.
This is Australia in 2010. Take a good look. There's mosquitoes, flies, dead roaches, and about 15 to 18 human beings living here. Neil, how bad is this?
This is as bad as I've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Spider webs, cockroaches. How much do you pay?
160.
160 for one room?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the rooms, 7 rooms. $1,120 a week they make from this floor.
This house and the former doctor's surgery next door appear homely from the outside. Inside, it's filthy, unsafe and overcrowded, and not even permitted to be used for residential purposes. Way across town, we found the owner where he works. Arncliffe, just south of Sydney, is like so many suburbs around Australia, modest homes, hard-working families, and unfortunately, hidden horrors like this.
What you've stumbled upon here is like an exploitation factory.
Mate, someone's been living in here.
Property expert Neil Genman came with me through room after room, crammed with mattresses and makeshift cooking areas.
Do these smoke detectors work? Do you know? Do you know?
Hit the test button for me there, Neil. Can you reach that? No, just on the side there. Okay, nothing.
Nothing. This is not working.
$380 a week. 3 rooms, fire trap, death trap, stolen electricity.
This electrical cord hanging between the two properties powers an entire floor next door. It's also owned by the same man, and it's also packed to the rafters, with people desperate to have a roof over their heads.
Has the council ever done you for this before?
Done me for what?
You know what I'm talking about.
The owner is William Zafiropoulos. When we met him, he told us he was surprised that his house was being run as a slum house.
You can answer however you want.
No,
we know what's happened.
Yeah.
We know what's
Yes.
happened. You tell me.
I'll
give you
tell
the chance to tell me.
Yeah, I will.
What did the council do you for?
What happened was that on the lower floor of number 10 Belmore Street, Arncliffe, yeah, I rented it out to another gentleman, and he was purportedly running this place as a boarding house.
Surprise to you?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a surprise to me.
My officers obviously have visited the properties. They were pretty appalled when they went out and had a look at it.
Stephen Kerr is with the Rockdale Council, Director of City Planning and Development. He fined Mr Zafiropoulos $1,500 last November for using the premises for residential or boarding house purposes without council consent, with each room in both properties costing up to $180 a week in rent. The landlord could make several $1,000s per month. Mr Zafiropoulos is adamant he is also a victim here. He is not making that money and says that any wrongdoing is the fault of the men he rented the properties to. The owner also told us he hasn't visited the properties for a long time and he didn't know so many people call it home. Yet the council served him another order on March 31 to stop using the premises for residential purposes.
Bill told us he didn't know you were all here. This was a big surprise to him, and we'll actually cut to that bit right now, unless there were 3 in one room, as there is at the moment. You knew that.
No.
There's
no,
there's 3 in most of the rooms, 2 at least.
No,
you know that.
No, I don't know that.
As you see now, Bill was a regular visitor here, yeah?
Yeah, he used to regular.
He knew all of you were here.
You
You
know
all saw
everything
him.
about that place, this place.
We actually met this man last week. This is part of an ongoing story for us. I'm with Today Tonight. My name's Brian Seymour, and this is Bill Zafiropoulos.
Bill also told us he's lodged an application for his house to be run as a boarding house.
Has he made that application?
No, he hasn't.
Finally, when the council served Bill Zafiropoulos with an emergency order over one of the properties, he tried to kick out the residents, giving them just a few hours before threatening to throw them out on the street in the rain.
Why kick him on the street?
The police stepped in on the tenants' side, giving them more time to find decent quarters. Another house turned slum out of operation for now. For those still trapped, there's no receipts, no escape, and no telling how many more there are out there.
Have a look at their faces, mate. These are real people. These aren't cash cows. These aren't cash registers. You can just ring the bell and take the money. These are real people. Bill?
And the police have given those tenants a fortnight to find another place to live. We'll let you know the outcome of the council's action. That was Brian Seymour reporting.